Okay, welcome back. Another day, another programming session. So for this project, you will not want to change these variable values. So it's talking about the const keyword, and with the const keyword, it's kind of like the final keyword in Java where you can't reassign it, I guess. And you have to initialize it, because if you don't initialize it, it will throw an error. So it says replace your let keywords with const. So let's do that. Okay, you are now ready to start building your pyramid generator, finally. Okay, hello might not work very well for that. Change the value of character to be a hashtag. So, there we go. Okay, to generate a pyramid, you will need to create multiple rows. Okay, you're going to start with a basic for loop. For loops use the following syntax. So it's kind of like Java, if you know Java. So for now, construct a for loop that includes the terms iterator, condition, and okay, so I guess we could just copy this. I don't know what we're doing wrong. The first component of your for loop should be the string iterator. Oh, okay, so I should surround it with double quotes. All of them, maybe? No? See, it doesn't make sense again. Oh, I guess, I don't know, whatever. It was lagging. Okay, it is a common convention to use I as your iterator. A for loop allows you to declare this in the parentheses. For example, here is a for loop that declares an index variable and assigns it to the value 100. Replace the iterator with a let declaration. Okay, so let, I have caps lock on, let I equal 0 at start. Should be right. I don't know why it's being slow. I don't know what's happening. Okay, finally. Okay, 36% complete. Okay, for now, you will use the less than operator. This allows you to check if it's less. Okay. Okay. Replace your condition string with the condition to check if I is less than count. So I less than count. Is that right? We need to initialize count, no? I think we'll do that soon, maybe. Okay, use that syntax to replace iteration string with this assignment. Okay. When you reassign a variable, you can use the variable to reference the previous values before the reassignment. This allows you to do things like add 3 to an existing number. For example, b's equals b's plus 3 would increase the value of b's by 3. Use the syntax to replace iteration string with the reassignment. Okay, so I equals I plus 1. I think we can say plus plus, but I'm not sure. I don't want to take that risk. Okay, your loop should now run 8 times inside the body of the loop. Print the value, inside the body of the loop, print the value I and see what happens. So console.log I. Okay. You should see the numbers 0 through 7 printed in your console, one per line. This will serve as the foundation for generating the pyramid. Replace your log statements with a statement to push I to your rows array. So replace this with rows dot push I. I hope that's correct. There we go. Unfortunately, now you cannot see what your loop is doing. Use let to declare a result variable. Okay. And assign it to an empty string. An empty string is represented by quotations with nothing in between them. Okay. So let result equal to dot. Great. Add a log statement to print the value of result. So console.log result. Great. Okay, to manipulate this result string, you will use a different type of loop, specifically a for of loop, which it iterates over each item in an iterable object and temporarily assigns it to a variable. The syntax looks like this. Note that you can use const because the variable only exists for a single iteration, not during the entire loop. Create a for of loop to iterate through your rows array, assigning each value to a row variable. So let's copy paste this to loop through your rows array. There we go. I guess that doesn't matter, that was just the name, but yeah. Okay. You can do a similar thing with a string value by appending a new string to an existing string. For example, hello plus hello world would add the string world to the existing hello. In your for of loop, use the addition operator to concatenate the row value to the result value. So row equals row plus wait, result. Okay, no, oh, okay, sorry, I think I mixed it up. So concatenate the row value to the result value. So that should be correct. Okay, great. So use a second addition operator to concatenate a new line between the existing result value and the added row value. Use a second addition operator to concatenate a new line between the existing result value and the added row value. Okay, it's gonna take me a second to understand this. Again, use a second addition operator to concatenate a new line between the existing result value and the added. Okay, so same thing basically, we just add this. Yes, there we go. And now it printed them instead of side by side like that. Right, instead of pushing I to the array, push the value of your character variable. Okay, there we go. That's great. It's hashtags now instead of numbers. Okay. Use the dot repeat method on your character and give it I for the number. Okay, to achieve this, I don't really understand how to do this, like syntax, but okay. Use the dot repeat method on your character. So character dot repeat. There we go. Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good. Oh, I was supposed to put it in the same line. That's what I was confused about. Rows dot push, character dot repeat. It's kind of confusing. Rows dot push. So we're pushing the rows, and in each push, we push the character dot repeat I. So in the first push, it's 1. In the second push, repeat I, so I increments by 1, and then increments by 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the way till the end. Okay, that's good, that's good. Count is 8, so this should be 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, good, good, good. Because it's less than 8, as you can see right here, not less than or equal to. Okay. You're getting closer. At this point, you're encountering what's known as an off by 1 error. Oh, is this what I was just talking about? The first index of your row is 0, which is why you start for a loop with I equals 0, but repeating a string 0 times results in nothing to print. To fix this, add 1 to the value of I in your dot repeat call. Do not assign it back to I like you did in your previous loop conditions. Add 1 to the value of I. Isn't that what we're doing here? But it says in your repeat call, so I plus 1. Okay. Now we're learning about functions. The function keyword tells JavaScript that the name variable is going to be a function. Parameter is a variable that represents a value that is passed into the function. When it is used, a function may have as many or as few parameters as you'd like. Like for a for loop, the space between the curly braces is in the function body. Declare a pad row function. Do not create any parameters. The function should be empty. Okay. So we don't need that, and pad row. There we go. Okay, in order to use a function, you need to call it. A function call tells your application to run the code from the function, wherever you choose to call it. And the syntax for a function call is the function name followed by parentheses. Okay, so pad row. Is that it? Call your pad row function. Okay. Great. You're calling your pad row function but not doing anything with that function call. All the functions in JavaScript return a value, meaning they provide the defined result of calling them for you to use elsewhere. Okay. To see the result of your function, declare a call variable and assign your existing pad row call to that variable. That was a lot of words, I don't understand. To see the result of your pad row function, declare a call variable and assign your existing pad row to that variable. So I don't know if we do it in the parameter or like outside, but I'll try outside. Let call assign your existing pad row to that variable. So like that. You should use const to declare your call variable. Okay. You should assign call to the result of your pad row call. Wait, I'm thinking it should be like this. No? How is this supposed to give me a hint? I guess you could call that a hashing function. Okay, you should assign call to the result of your pad row call. You should assign call the result of your pad row call. Oh, okay. I still don't understand what this is doing, but we're on a good start. Now add a log statement to print the value of your call variable. Okay, your call variable has an undefined value even though you defined it. This is because pad row function does not currently return a value. By default, functions return undefined as their value. Okay. In order to return something, you need to use the return keyword. Here's a cool example of a function that returns, okay. Use the return keyword to have your function return the string hello. Great. Okay. To add a parameter to your function, you need to add a variable name inside the parentheses. For example, this demo function has a name parameter. Okay. Name sounds like a useful parameter, so go ahead and add it to your pad row function. Okay. Change your pad row function to return the name parameter directly. When you pass a value to a function call, that value is referred to as an argument. Here is an example of calling a demo function and passing Naomi as the argument for the parameter, for the name parameter. Okay, pass your own name as the argument for the name parameter in your pad row call. Remember that your name is a string, so you'll need to use quotes. Okay. Pass your own name. See, I don't understand because it's giving me this to work with, but it's talking about the function, which is here. So let me just not do anything. You should pass a string to your pad row call. Okay, I guess I just add my name here. Pass your own name as the argument for the name parameter in your pad row call. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, cool. Review how functions work. Declare a function named add two numbers, two arguments, and return the sum of those two arguments. Okay. Declare a sum variable. So let's say let sum, and assign it the value of calling your add two numbers function. Okay, so first we need to declare that function. So we say function, and then we call add two numbers. Okay, and then should take two arguments and return the sum of those arguments. Okay, so let's say 2 and 2. No? Okay, let's say num1 plus num2. Okay. Let sum equal num1 plus num2 and then console dot log sum. Okay, I don't understand what's going on here, but okay, you should have a function called add two numbers. Is that not what I have? Add two numbers. It works, but I don't have any numbers, so how's it working? I don't know. Okay, hold on. Your function should return the sum of the two numbers. Return num1 plus num2. Declare a sum variable. So let sum equal, how do I make it the, okay, hold on, let me cook. Okay, you should have a function called add two numbers. We have that. Okay, declare a sum variable. So let sum equal num1 equal add two numbers. Okay, I think we were doing that right the first time. So num1, num2. Okay, and then we want to return that. Okay, let me slow down and rethink this. Declare a function named add two numbers. We did that. This function should take two arguments and return the sum of those two arguments. Okay, so we're taking two arguments and we're returning the sum. Your function should not have hard-coded values. An example of a hard-coded function might be this. Okay. Return this. So we want to do this, and then this, and then 5 and 10. That should work. You should declare a sum variable. Sum, let sum equal that. Console dot log sum. Oh, finally. Okay, so you can make I didn't know you could do that. That's why I was confused. You can make the, you know, a variable have the value of a function. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. With that quick review complete, you should remove your add two numbers function, sum, and log statement. Okay. So all of it. Cool. We did all that just to delete it. Okay. The first scope is the global scope. Variables that are declared outside of any block, like a function or for loop, are in the global scope. Your character count and rows variables are all in the global scope. When a variable is in the global scope, a function can access it in its definition. Here is an example of a function using a global title variable. Okay, global title variable. So okay. This example would return Professor Naomi. Update your pad row function to return the value of concatenating your character variable to the beginning of the name parameter. To the beginning of the name parameter. Okay. Okay. To see it in action, use const to declare. Let's read this first. Okay. Variables can also be declared inside a function. These variables are considered to be in the local scope or block scope. A variable declared inside a function can only be used inside that function. If you try to access it outside, you get a reference error. To see this in action, use const to declare a test variable in your pad row function. Initialize it with the value testing. Okay, so const test equals testing. Okay, then below your function, try to log test to your console. Okay, console.log test your function should declare a test variable. What? Oh, okay. Remove it to continue. Okay. Oh. You should initialize test. Really? Just because of a capitalization error? Or not even an error, like it was intentional, but whatever. Okay. To use testing value, return it to out of the pad row function by updating your return statement to return only the test variable. So basically, when you return it, it goes out of the function, so it's not in the the scope of the function anymore. It's in the scope of the global scope. So cool. Below the return statement, log the string "this works" to the console. After doing that, you will see the string "this works." That the string "this works" does not display in the console, and this console.log this works line is grayed out. Copy the console log and paste it above the return statement. Now the string "this works" should appear in the console. An important thing to know about the return keyword is that it does not define a value to be returned from your function. It also stops the execution of your code inside a function or a block statement. This means any code after a return statement will not run. Any code after a return statement will not run. Okay, great. So we gotta keep the return at the end. Okay, below the return statement, log the string "this works" to the console. Console.log this works. Okay, it's grayed out like they said it would be. Okay, we need to copy this, paste it here, and it works. Great. Now your call variable has the value testing, but your function is no longer using the name parameter. Remove the name parameter from your function declaration, then remove your camper_chan string from the padrow call. Also remove both console log from the padrow function. So this is one, and this is the other. Okay, this is me removing them, and it says remove the name parameter from your function declaration call. From your function declaration. So here, then remove your camper_chan string from the padrow call. Great. Because your function was no longer using the parameter, changing the argument did not affect it. Go ahead and remove the test declaration and return statements from your padrow function, so the function is empty again. Okay. Great. As expected, your function now returns undefined again. Your call variable is not necessary anymore, so remove the call declaration. Man, I'm just removing everything. Okay, your call variable is not necessary anymore. So it's this. Remove the call declaration and the console. Okay. In order to know how to format a row, your padrow function will need to know which row you are on and how many rows in total are being generated. The best way to do this is by creating a function parameters for them. Give your padrow function a row number and a row count parameter. Okay, so row number and row count. Is that it? Oh, there we go. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Use the return keyword to return the value of the character variable, repeated row number times. Return do I multiply it? Oh, dot repeat. Okay, that makes more sense now. I forgot about that. Dot repeat row number. Okay. A function call allows you to actually use a function. You may not have been aware of it, but the methods like push that you have been using have been function calls. A function is called by referencing the function's name and adding parentheses to it. Here's how to call a test function. Replace this in your push call with a function call for your padrow function. So padrow Oh my god. What did I do? Okay, replace character, all of this in your dot push call with the function to call your padrow function. Okay. Padrow should work. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Pass I+1 and count as the arguments to your pad roll call. Like parameters, arguments are separated by a comma. Okay. Oh, I guess we just do it here. I+1 and count. That should work. There we go. Okay. Okay, you should now see the same bunch of characters in your console. Your padrow function is doing the exact same thing you were doing earlier, but now in a reusable section of its own. You use the addition operator to concatenate a single space to the beginning and end of your repeated character string. Remember that you can use the plus operator to concatenate strings like this. Okay. So we need to use the addition operator to concatenate a single space to the beginning and end of your repeated string. Okay. What's my repeated string? I don't understand where to put this plus quotes. A single space, the beginning and end of your character string. There we go. Now it is time for a bit of math. Consider a 3-row pyramid. If we want it centered, it would look like this. Empty spaces have been replaced with interpuncts or middle dots. For readability, if you extrapolate the pattern, you can see that the spaces at the beginning and end of a row follow a pattern. Remember your blank spaces, your blank space strings to be repeated row count minus row number times. Open the console to see the result. Update your blank space strings to be repeated. Okay. Okay, this is really confusing. Okay. Update your blank space strings to be repeated row count minus row number times. You should call that repeat on your... We can do that. Oh, we can do that. That's cool. That's really cool. I mean, I don't think that's how it's supposed to look, but that's close enough. No? Alright. Alright. You update the character value to be repeated 2 times row number minus 1 times. Open the console again to see the updated result. Okay, where's the character? Update the character value to be repeated 2 times row number minus 1 times. Two times row number. minus 1 times. So this is row number 1. So 2 times 1 is 2 minus 1. Okay. 2 times 2 is 4, minus 1 is 3. Oh, okay, I see. You see the pattern. 2 times 3 is 6, minus 1 is 5, and you get the point. Okay, I'm thinking this is a good place to stop here because I have to go run some errands. So we will continue tomorrow. Maybe we'll continue later, I'm not sure, but thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe.